Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today is November 2nd, 2023. I know it's a couple days after Halloween, but I had decided after I made the Advent House Box large gift box for Halloween for the teachers' gifts and bus drivers' gifts that I wanted to do a scene for like a little town. So I will go through what I used to create this. So I will do an attachment to the tutorial where I put together the large house, and then I'll just put a link down in the description box for that so you can watch that separate, because I don't build any of the Advent houses in this tutorial. I'm just going through how I created the actual display. So I used Advent House Box Large. Again, this is from Scrap Diva Designs, and I am not an affiliate with her. These are just what I use. I used the medium size Advent and the small size Advent. I made one of each for this display. I also used some of the dies from Tim Holtz 665563 Vault Series Halloween 2021. Use some of those. In addition, I used the wood grain embossing folder. I used miscellaneous dies, Halloween dies from Etsy. So we've got cobwebs and graveyards and stuff like that. And then I also used this pumpkin set here, and I cut out the pumpkins in orange like that, and then I put the yellow back behind, and then I trimmed around it. So, and it is long, and then I just cut off what I needed, and I will show you the houses individually here. I also used these Tim Holtz house dies here. And I do not have the package right here. These are Tim Holtz trees here. There's two of those. This tree here is from Etsy. I got some spider webs and some bats from Etsy. Not from Etsy. AliExpress. I'm sorry, AliExpress. I used the bats. The bats I got from, some of the bats I got from Martha Stewart's Corner Punch bats. I also used the Martha Stewart punch. Let me get that. I know the lighting is, I got two big windows in my craft room and I got plenty of light today. So I used the Martha Stewart spiderweb die. So those are what I use for that. Okay, so the thing that I used was an old box that I had in my storage. And I'm going to pop these houses up. These houses are not connected. I did decide to leave the bottoms open. The reason it took me a couple days is because I wanted everything to be able to break down and fit back inside the box for storage reasons. I didn't want to have to try to store this with everything built on top. So these are completely removable, and they will, once I open them up, they will collapse down. So I'll go ahead and take these off, and then I will show you each house individually. So this is the smallest box, and as you can see, I just decorated each side. There's a little kitty here. Now I did build some square bases because I thought I would put the bases on the display and then set the houses on there, but then I decided against it. So this one, when I put this one on here, and you could do that same thing, my cat disappeared. Most of my cat disappeared, so I cut out another cat and put it on there, but I'm not going to use those. I'm just going to leave it like this. So, and I used the spider webs, got some spiders, and this is where I put the wood on the windows, just like in the first video. And then, of course, I painted this little clip here, orange, and then I put two bats on there. So got a little white on there. You probably will hear quite a bit of noise off and on, and it's a tractor cutting the corn off the field behind my house. So if it gets a little noisy, I apologize. There's just nothing I can do about that. So then in the medium-sized house, and I painted this clip orange also, and then just put one of my pumpkins on there. Again, I did the same thing with this pumpkin, just cut out the pumpkin, glued it down to some yellow base cardstock, and then cut around it. And this one I did shutters. Now how I did the shutters, well, I just cut little pieces of scrap paper thin, and I just put those little shutters on the bottom windows of this one. And then here's those pumpkins peeking out, and then there's a row of them, but not a full row. But I just kind of cut them apart and glued them down. This one says spooky. So that's the medium size, and then this is the large size. And this one is very similar to the ones I did for the Halloween gift boxes. So just the same. I got this little spider web here, so this will still fold down because it's just glued right there. Put some pumpkins in the windows, ghosts. So that's the large. So then for the top, and then I also built some little graveyard scenes, and those are some of them are divided up with some tiny foam squares. So, and then these little ghosts here were cut out from my Cricut. So there's a couple little graveyard scenes here that we're going to add to that. And I don't know if I'm going to add the houses or not. I thought about attaching the houses to like back here and stuff, you know, or on the sides. So I'm not sure 100% if I'm going to do that. I know I want to do some trees on the back like that. So what I did is I can actually disassemble this. So I took where's my punch? I used my crocodile punch, and I punched 6 holes. I punched 2, 2, and 2, so I could run my lights up from the box. There's my thing here. See, and I decorated the inside. The inside is all finished, just in case you wanted to put something else in it. So I can store this in here, and then I ran the lights through, and then did a little wind so to put the house on, run it up the next one, did a little wind, run it back through and down and up to the last one here for the last house. I decided to use the spider webs as my fence for the house. And then this little clip here with the ghost on it is actually holding this corner here to wrap it around, and it's going to hold that there, so that, because these are all individual pieces, and then they'll be able to lay in the box. So what I did was I just punched holes through, and I actually just used my heavy duty pick here and punched the holes through for those. So each one of these is put on with grab it on. It's just a brad. So the brads come out, and then I can remove it. And I will show you how I did that, because I got to glue this one down here. So I'm just removing the brads from the holes. Now I did put a brad in the corner and then here because this is smaller. Otherwise it's just going to be in the corners. So let me get this brad out. And then I can take this brad out here. So that's what kind of took me an extra couple of days, is because I want it to all break down. And in order to do that, I had to figure out how I wanted to do it. So, all right. So I'm going to leave those 2 on. And I can actually put my little ghost clip back on there. That's the only place I'm going to need it, but I thought, hey, that's a good decoration piece. And so what I did was I took 12 inches, and then I measured where the corner was going to be, and then I went up underneath, so I had my 12-inch piece because of the length of the box, and then this was like this. It was one solid piece. I reached under there and marked it with a pencil, and then turned it over, and I just sliced just that piece there to create that corner. It didn't slice here, just on that corner. So then, oh, here comes the tractor. So I'm going to just kind of cut this off here. Sorry about the noise. He's very close to my house right now. Fortunately, he moves quite fast. So then I put a layer of glue down on this small side here, like that. Yeah, I thought it's going to be so hard to store this that I just didn't want to try to do that. So, and then I'm putting that right up against that back edge of that cardstock there. And I'm going to just press it down all the way down to the end there. And I'm going to bring in my little tool here and kind of press that on. So then I'll be able to store this all in this one box, and then it'll stay safe, because when you're working with paper items, they can bend and get wrecked so easy. Okay, so let that dry up a little bit here a second, and then we can go ahead and put our houses back on. So the houses should stay in their places pretty good, because we're going to add some moss. Oh, just wait a second, let that dry up. Grab my scoreboard here. So on the scoreboard, I'm going to put this on there, and I want to line up that edge that's cut. And I always have some like ink pen marks in certain areas in my board, so I can line up on a mark and see where I'm going. So this makes it handy for this. So I'm going to go right in here, and I'm just going to score that so that it helps bend it with that little thing there. I don't want to go through it, so then when I bend, that this creases itself too. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to trim off this excess here, just like that. There we go. And now we can put these back together. So the box was fun. And then on the back, I covered the whole outside the box. It was a Christmas box, actually. And it looks like a book box. And then I cut out Spooky Town with my Cricut. And then because the paper here, the decorative cardstock I used, said Spooky Town on it. So I thought that was cute. So all the way around is that. And it was, like I said, it was just a Christmas box that I got. I can give you a measurement of the top. Let's see here. The top of the box is 11 by 8. So it's a nice size box. And then it is, how deep is it? It is like 2 3/4 deep. So, all right. So I'm going to bring this here, and I'm going to put back through this little hole here, and then back through this hole in the top of the box, if I can find it. The prongs are separated, so it might take just a little bit longer. I don't want to bend it because it is paper. All right, there we go. Like that. And then get this in here, like so. And I do have to open it to. Prongs are bending a little bit. Don't want that. Okay. It's going to give me, there we go. So there's my prongs. I'm just going to open that. Like so. I'm not worried about covering those or anything because they're on the inside of the box. All right, there we go. And then we're going to get this one on. You know what I might do? I'm going to take that back off. I might put that one on the inside so then the smaller section helps hold that up. So let me do that again. And we'll put this on the inside of that one because it wants to fold out a little bit. So that'll help support it. Back in. Get my lights back out of the way. Back in the hole. Yeah, I kind of tilt my head here so I can see what I'm doing. Get up there. The hole is just, it's small because I didn't want a huge hole because I got small brads because my other brads didn't have long things to go through. So long things to open up. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Open up these. All right, there we go. There, that's a little better. And then we can get these in here like that. So find my other two. Sorry about that. And then we're going to get that in the corner. And through here. Sorry if I'm fumbling a little bit, but it's like I want to try to be a little careful because it is paper, and I don't want to wreck it. So, and then this last one here. There we go. So it looks a lot more complicated than it is. But so that's my fencing then, is the cobweb. You could do regular fencing if you wanted to. You could even use like the pre-made fencing. If you had a way to attach it, you could use that. Okay, so now I'm going to put the houses on. So I think I'm going to put my medium one over here. Oh, no, I'm going to put my medium one here. And get my lights in there. And these lights are from Temu, I believe. I think I got them from Temu. And then we'll put the small one over here. Sorry about the noise again. Here comes that tractor. Okay, and then I'm going to put the large one in here. And then the lights are on, of course. Let me tip it to see. Now they're not going to be glued down, so I'm just going to try to hold them with my hand. So, oh, no, they're going to tip. So, there we go. So there we go. All right, I got my glue gun heated up. Now the moss is just Spanish moss. I'm going to use Spanish moss. You can get this at the Dollar Tree. Sometimes the Dollar Tree moss has a lot of wood and stuff in it, so I prefer just to get mine from Hobby Lobby, and it doesn't have any sticks in it, and you get it when it's 50% off, and it's just, I think this, yeah, this whole bag was $4.99, so half off you get it for $2.50, and you don't have to deal with the sticks and stuff, and it's a lot more in the bag, so I thought some of that would be cool. There. I do have green moss, but I want to get my, again, here's my little graveyards. So I want to get this down in there. That maybe. I don't know if I'm happy with that. Do I want that for the green? I don't want a lot of it. I just want some because I just want it to look a little spooky. And then when I'm done, I can either put it back in the bag or just kind of throw it away if I don't, because I don't need to store anything like that. So I'm just going to do a light amount just to kind of fill in between the houses and stuff. And it's going to sit on the table, so it's not going to really matter. It'll just sit on the coffee table or something. So just try to get that like that. There's a lot of small pieces in there. I thought about gluing it down, but then if I decide I don't want it, then it's glued down. So let's just get that like that. Go. And then the cemetery can just sit in there. That. And maybe like this off to the front here. Make a little space. Make a little space in there for the cemetery. And again, I didn't see anybody do any haunted houses with these Advent boxes, but I did look. I did a YouTube search and I didn't see any with Scrap Diva Designs boxes made into a town. So, okay, I'm just gonna that. And then I do think I want to hot glue these trees down on the back, or maybe just glue them. So I have this tree here. So I think I'm going to glue that back here. And I'll just use my regular glue so that it doesn't show through on the... So I just add some glue on the back of that, and then I'm just going to press it against that back fence there, like this, right back here. So how I created those little sections, these sections to glue my spider webs on for fencing, I just took a 1-inch strip of heavyweight black cardstock, and I just scored it at about 1/4 of an inch. So this part here is down, and then this part, this 1/4 inch strip, is where I glued the spider web to. So, but you could do fencing too. That way it's just got a way for it to stand up, and I don't have to worry about it tipping over. I tried to just think of a way where everything could be taken down, collapsed. So once I take these clips off, oops, this house is backwards. Once I take the clips off, then these houses will fold flat. I just open the box up and fold it flat. So everything will be able to collapse down into box. So I'm going to try to just gently lift this to see if you can get a view like that. My camera is still, it's not my phone. It is a regular video camera on a tripod. So, but that is my ghost town, and I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment box below. I do respond to all the comments. If you are interested in maybe a different kind of town, go ahead and leave a comment for that. I do appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I do appreciate you sticking with me and watching my tutorials and joining in. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down in the right-hand corner, and a bell will pop up, and you can choose whether or not you would like to get notified each time I put up a new tutorial. I am going to try to do at least 2 videos a week to start back in. I look forward to seeing you later this week. As always, I wish you and your family many, many blessings. And until the next time, have a great day.